I like YouTube because it's just a lot more fun and I can do whatever I want and all my mistakes are my own. You know, if I had a real job and I made a mistake, I'd be fired and I'd lose loads of money. But if I make a mistake on YouTube, then it's my mistake and no one's gonna fire me, just the fans will criticize me. And I like YouTube just because it's such an immediate connection with the audience and you're not living by anyone else's rules. It's just you and your audience, and they will tell you, and you have to learn to read what they say because it's YouTube. Because so most of the things they say will be gay or not gay. Once you learn to speak that language, you know how to make not gay films. I make very short form content because I try to make it for YouTube. I could stretch it out, but I'd rather it do well on YouTube and land on as many eyes as possible. I make comedy mostly. Action and comedy are the two things that I'm most passionate about. So I'll take a joke or an idea for a scene, and I'll just boil it down to its essentials and then package it in a fun way for YouTube. For every view that a new video gets, old videos will get second view. I'll make a million. I'll get a million views. That'd be nice. I'll get a million views, you know, in a day where one video gets 500,000 views. If that makes sense, because they will all spread out and stuff. And especially with a platform like YouTube, it's not like a film where people have to watch the film, go, oh, that was good. Who's the director? Okay, I'll look him up, and then I'll go watch his films. With YouTube, you can put a thing at the end that says, go watch my other stuff, and they go, okay, so that's good. Yeah, you get people very invested in you as well as a creative, and therefore people want to watch you. They want to support you because they like you, which can be a gift and a curse, because it can mean you put something terrible up, but they're all like, "Oh, you're so perfect. Your hair looks wonderful." That doesn't happen to me. I have a beard, which really gets rid of all the female fans. It's becoming increasingly necessary now as YouTube are redesigning and stuff, and basically keeping your content away from the people who want to see your content. But yeah, I focus on Twitter and Facebook, and more recently on Tumblr, which is terrifying website. Well, I mean, I found my passion in it when I was about 10 years old, and then I spent so many years just watching content, being minor parts of it, and then I finally said, okay, I'm going to take what I know now and I'm going to make my first viral video. And I did it, and it was a minute and 47 seconds. I put it out there, and it had 1 million views within a month or so, and that really launched the YouTube career. Now that same video has, I think it's on 40 million views now, and I've done multiple videos in that series, all with similar views. And so yeah, it was about 2008 where I said, I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna launch this. I'm ready. You're never ready. I think my motto is learn from other people's mistakes. Don't just watch good stuff and say, I'm going to do that. You watch the worst things that have 100 views, the things that tank, especially things like ad campaigns that tank. You can learn a lot from them, and then you don't do any of that. So yeah, you watch the good stuff, you figure out what the good stuff is, but then the bad stuff, and then you don't do that. Well, you don't do it. You figure out why it didn't work. Also, just I keep it trim. I keep the necessities. With a YouTube video, you've got about 15 seconds to show people what this video is about. If it's a comedy video, you've got to have your first joke in 15 seconds. You can't have a minute build up. You've got to get it out there. You've got to get people aware of what your video is, what you're doing. Basically, they're not a passive audience. They will click away in 5 to 10 seconds if you have a credit sequence or something. Yeah, I mean, you can get away with things like features. I mean, but if I wanted to put a feature on YouTube, what I would do is I'd make some viral videos around it. If I could make a 90-minute film, put it on YouTube, and people would just go, it would get views, but not that many. But if I wanted to have views, say, I'd put out a marketing campaign beforehand where I put out like 3 one-minute videos, sketches or whatever, set in that film universe, put those out, and then suddenly the 3 million people that watch that video will then want to see that film, which is an interesting way. But if you just drop it on them and say, watch this, they'll go, no, make me, give me a reason. That's a big part of it.